Hello everyone, I'm M, and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a short little video of awesome miscellaneous boards from my past. The unsung heroes. The misfit toys, if you will. We'll go over some boards that were hand-me-downs from my big brother from the 70s, to my very first skateboards from the 80s, and some from the 90s. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a blast from the past. Please write in the comments if you own any of these skateboards. It would be awesome to know your experience with these boards as well. All right, let's go with skateboard number one. This is from the 70s. It belonged to my big brother. To me, it was just basically a wood plank with the trucks and wheels on it. Only has the base plate on this one. It was, at this point, just kind of a weird little cruiser from the past. And now this one right here is made of metal. That is correct. This is like a Works Line, apparently was the brand, maybe from the 70s. I'm not too sure, a little before my time. But it had had some really hard urethane wheels that rolled really slow. But they rolled, and those trucks. It was a flexy kind of metal board, really interesting to ride. I remember riding as a kid. Had no grip, got some stickers on it, but that's, I guess, how they did it back in the day. So I don't know how my brother did that. Anyways, this little banana board, this is either late 70s or early 80s. It had the urethane wheels, the trucks. It is not a penny board. This is not a penny board, but it is an OG board, banana board. That's what they used to call it, I believe. The trucks, same thing, had those really narrow trucks. But the graphics on it was very cool. It had to be like early 80s. Another rider I never heard of, but it looked cool. This was probably later 70s type of board. It didn't have any grip, so I think we put whatever grip tape we had on it. It barely had a tail. There was no, as you can see, it's basically flat, but at least was rideable. It just, the trucks were hard to find to fit this particular board. They always had the smaller trucks until the 80s. Speaking of the 80s, here he is, the first 80s board I had. This was an actual action sports skateboard. It was pig-shaped, and I was not having the pig shape. I thought, man, I wanted to get myself a shape board. So what I did is, now me being 11 or 10, maybe even younger, I had my dad there with me. We cut out a shape to make it look like a shape board. And I butchered the poor skateboard, but I thought it was cool. So there you go, an action sports shape board by yours truly. And, turned out pretty cool. I enjoyed it. This is an awesome Neil Blender mini coffee break board, G&S from the 80s. Belonged to my best friend, Adrian. Adrian, if you're out there, what's up, buddy? This board right here, I remember when he was riding with me, and we were at the Sadlands, which is now no longer there. It's at Moon Park in Anaheim. It's an actual skate park, but they used to have these craters, and I remember Adrian riding. It was a concrete crater, so I'm sorry, I'm totally going all over the place. So he went up this concrete crater. It was basically a mini half pipe, and he snapped the board in half. And he got mad and he threw it away. I'm like, no, give it to me, give it to me. I put a piece of wood block, nails, and it's gonna be a wall hanger. Now this board here is a special board to me. It was given to me by my beautiful mother, my mama. This Allen Losi skateboard, blank. Look at the tail on that. That's amazing. Concave tail. Concave was really awesome on this board. Definitely like a pull board or any kind of transition vert board. I love this skateboard. I wanted to put it together, but I think at the time I had another board that I was riding that was fairly new. She bought this for me just because she saw it at the Santa Fe swap meet when she went shopping with my sisters, and she thought of me and she bought that for me. So this is a special skateboard to me. Now this is a cool little number here. The Bart Simpson board. This is a 1990 skateboard. It has no wheels, but it's got the copers. It's got pretty much everything on there. So it's very cool. I might put this one together to cruise, just do a little cruising video with this one. It needs wheels, so I'll just take some old wheels and slap it together and do a cool little quick ride. This was kind of fairly newer. I've got off somebody. Someone had handed me the skateboard, and I'm glad they did. I've seen some of the boards on YouTube and some on the net, and they're kind of collectible now. This board, I guess you could have bought at a department store. Wasn't necessarily like from a skate shop, but due to the fact that for the cool factor, a lot of people are, you know, wanting to have the skateboard to just cruise. I see hipsters with those kind of boards. All right, now we got another 90s cruiser board. This one belonged to my niece, and she didn't ride it as much. I was sitting in the garage, and I'm like, well, let me look at it. And it actually, for the board, for being, you know, a department store type board, it rolled fairly well. It's a comfortable board to ride. As you can see her name on there. Paige, what's up, Paige? If you're watching this, you see the wheels are urethane, but they had spin. They were fast bearings on it, and I was really impressed for a department store board. Anyways, that was my collection of my misfit toys. I love these skateboards regardless. I will never trash a board unless it's absolutely irreparable or it just does not look at all like the original state it was in, or it's just toothpicks or shredded to nothing. I will still keep a board. They're just going to be wall hanger memories. Like I said, I hoard skateboards. I really do love the decks. I love the art, the shape. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. Until the next one, that's life, bro.